We have to kick off the game we just heard live here, an exclusive on talkSPORT. Sam Matterface and Mickey Gray with the excellent commentary. 17 wins in a row. Just to also add to that, Manchester City have also become the first team in English top-flight history to win their opening 10 matches in a calendar year. Relentless.
Huge.
Their grip on the Premier League title is tightening. They have a goal difference also of plus 34. The nearest to that is Manchester United, plus 19. So that is that is in itself is almost an extra point. Not that they're going to need it. Perry Groves, good evening to you.
Good evening, Jason.
How are you, mate?
I'm good. Sometimes we're very privileged to do this job anyway, right? I would count my lucky stars. But to sit and watch, I thought was art in front of my very eyes. Watching Man City play, much the movement, even in the first half. Obviously, Everton get himself back into the game with Richarlison's goal. But I just thought it was a masterclass in cohesion in a football team. And everybody knowing their roles, people sacrifice themselves, making runs, knowing they're not going to get the ball, but they might get the ball 3 passes down the line. Sometimes Everton did okay. Like it was damage limitation, right? So they wasn't run off their feet in the first half. But sometimes when you're watching it, we're saying, are they playing a flat back 4? Are they playing 5? Sometimes, like Tom Davies had to come back, didn't he? Iwobi had to come. They was playing a 6, Decore. Yeah. And that was all down to Man City. They're just this well-oiled machine. And in your intro there, you said, does it prove that Guardiola's elite manager? I think everybody knew he was an elite manager, but I think this proves, and I was one of the accusers before, saying when he was at Barcelona, he had all of the best players in La Liga, plus Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
Yes, yeah.
So he had, at Bayern Munich, he had Lewandowski, he had Ribery, Robben, Neuer, there was Alonso. Had all the best players in Bundesliga. So coaching fairly. When he went coming to Man City, he had the best players as well. This is his team. This is a proof of what a fantastic coach. I'd written him off before this thing started. You know, we think Aguero's knees are gone. They haven't got lead. I didn't think had any leaders, so they ain't getting any goals. Then De Bruyne has obviously been injured. And when they lost against Spurs 2-0, I thought they would struggle for top 4. I think you was similar ilk as well, Joe.
Well, my criticism of Man City in the last 18 months or so, maybe certainly less than that now, since they've become, for me, a far more. I've always found their football a little dull and boring and predictable. Yeah, dull.
They always score goals.
No, I felt that they would overpass. There's a ruthlessness now, and they move the ball through the thirds much quicker. And they move it with a purpose. I felt that there would be overpassing and trying to walk the ball in. Yep. Now I don't see that. I see certainly a side that there is more purpose about their attacks than they were.
I think the previous Man City teams, they could blitz a team in 25, 30 minutes, and they could be 3 up or 4 up. Beginning of the season, I agree. I think the football was a little bit slow, and they were just sort of trying to find their way. Obviously, no one had a pre-season, but they looked like they were suffering, didn't they, Man City, from that?
Well, some of yes.
But the coaching that I think where you're judged with Guardiola is the players that he's had. He's gone back. Normally, he likes playing different formations, doesn't he? Like he'll play inverted fullbacks. He'll leave 2 at the back. He'll do a 4-2-3-1, and then he'll go 4-3-3, and then he'll change around. If you look what he's done now, he's gone basically 90% of the run that you said he's been on, he's been 4-3-3. Now, the personnel might change in that 4-3-3, especially in the midfield areas and the front areas, but he's gone back to coaching the back 4 this year. It's very tight now. You know what I mean? So they've got a base.
Also, that, I mean, Diaz has been a remarkable signing.
John Stones is stepped up.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to the summer, there was a lot of talk about John Stones may have to leave Man City to get his career back on track. And he was heavily rumoured with a number of clubs, and that's not been the case. And I think if you go back to even this time last year, John Stones was struggling to get in this Man City side. Even he
was 4th or 5th choice centre half.
Absolutely, he was. But it has been a remarkable when you look at where they were, how far behind Liverpool they were. And I think we have to say this, and it's worth mentioning.
I don't caveat it.
No, there is a caveat to this. No, there is, because if you look what Liverpool have done over I'm no Liverpool fan, but you have got to recognise that those 3 centre-halves that have been injured, in one position, have 3 players out, that has seriously dented their title hopes, okay? Now, we will never know whether they were good enough to go and take on City, but I think when everyone is fit for Liverpool and they're playing the way they did last 2 years, City don't run away with this.
No, they get closer. Without a shadow of a doubt, Liverpool get closer.
Liverpool, and so what we're watching right now, Liverpool were doing to the Premier League last season. So, I mean, like I said, I'm no Liverpool fan, but I can guarantee Liverpool fans watching that thinking, if only we had Van Dijk, if only we had Gomez, those two, keeping them fit. And you look back at Laporte last year, what a big miss he was to Manchester City. I think.
So, are you saying that maybe Man City are flourishing because they haven't got the pressure of Liverpool?
I think it's
breathing
flattering
down their
them.
neck.
Yes, I think it's flattering because the rest aren't good enough